Hey gang, welcome back to Talking The Orville. Today we're going to dive into some of the alien species we've mostly had the pleasure of meeting in the Orville Universe. But before we do, it makes sense to start with the Planetary Union, a cosmic club founded in the year 2273. Picture it as the ultimate interstellar neighborhood association, where every sentient species, from the tentacled to the two-legged, bands together in the name of peace, exploration, and yes, a strict no blaster policy when it comes to forcing their will on their cosmic neighbors. Imagine a United Nations with a far more eclectic guest list. The Union's charter boldly declares all beings are equal, even if one species has more arms than the other. But, as with any great club, membership comes with responsibilities. Every world is expected to pitch in, debate over cosmic issues, and occasionally, yes, attend the Planetary Union Council meetings. This council is the ultimate forum where interstellar reps hash out everything from minor policy disputes to the odd law about proper space etiquette. Not everything in the Galactic Party is fun and games though. Looming large on the interstellar horizon is the Krill Empire. Think of them as the one overly aggressive neighbor who insists on redecorating your front yard with laser blasts. Despite several well-intentioned attempts at diplomatic chit-chat, including almost having a short-lived treaty, the Krill have so far mostly replied with a resounding bye-bye in the form of military force. Until a majority of these Imperial enthusiasts get over their delusions of divine planetary dominion, every Union member must be ready to defend a fellow world, ship, or even an errant space cafe from their relentless ambitions. But more about the Krill in a minute, you guys. Now, if you think intergalactic travel means free admission to a cosmic babel, think again. While your trusty comm scanner can magically translate almost every Union language faster than you can say galactic greetings, nothing beats the charm of a warm, "Hello, how are you?" in someone's native tongue. Learning a few pleasantries not only scores you major interspecies brownie points, but also helps you dodge the embarrassment of a cultural faux pas. Imagine accidentally insulting a species known for its particularly sensitive antennae. History, and a few regrettable documentaries, tells us that first contacts between cultures can sometimes resemble a disastrous blind date, especially when the less advanced party ends up overwhelmed by the high-tech fanfare. To avoid reenacting these cosmic tragedies, the Union has set strict rules. No unsolicited rendezvous with civilizations that haven't yet mastered star travel. Unless, of course, those civilizations have signaled, "Hey, we know you're out there," via electronic waves or other interstellar means. For advanced societies pondering the age-old question, are we alone in the universe? The Union is all ears, though research contact is limited and guarded like a secret recipe. Welcome to the Planetary Union, where every day is a cosmic adventure, and diplomacy is as unpredictable as a supernova. Now what you've all been waiting for, let's meet some of the non-human races living in the Orville Universe. The Xelayans, the heavyweight champions of the cosmos. These guys hail from the planet with the highest surface gravity in the entire Union, where normal is just a light suggestion. Imagine living on a world where every step feels like you're walking through a cosmic boot camp. While most Union planets kick back with a breezy 1G vibe, the Xelayans' home is practically a gravitational tug-of-war arena. It's the kind of place that turns even the most mundane activities into extreme sports. Now here's the twist. When these gravity-forged marvels visit a standard 1G environment, they transform into super strong off-duty superheroes. Think of it as switching from running a marathon on a treadmill with a heavy load to casually strolling through a park. Only in their case, lifting a car might just be part of the warm-up routine. Xelayans are a species that proves sometimes being under pressure really does make you stronger. Ooh, the Moclans. In a plot twist that even the galaxy's best soap operas couldn't have predicted, the Moclans, once thought to be a one-gendered wonder, are now revealing they have a secret. Females exist. Yes, it turns out that this species, long celebrated for its exclusively macho image, has been hiding a whole other side of the story. This revelation has ignited a cosmic kerfuffle between the Moclan government and the rest of the Union. Despite being the primary supplier of kick-butt weaponry for our interstellar defense, because who else would arm us against space pirates and rogue comets? The Moclans are in hot water. Their leaders stubbornly refuse to extend full and equal rights to their female citizens, a stance that flies in the face of the Union's Equality First mantra. They don't even want their females to remain female. Now, the Union deliberated the fate of this once crucial yet controversial alliance. We find ourselves at a crossroads of gender politics, interstellar arms deals, and the timeless quest for fairness, where even a galactic arms supplier isn't immune to the challenges of modernizing outdated traditions. The Moclans were eventually expelled from the Union, only to join forces with the Krill, who ironically have a female leader. We're gonna have to wait to see how this dynamic plays out between the two worlds, you guys. Welcome to the eccentric saga of the Kaylon, a bunch of artificial life forms with a history that's as tragic as it is absurdly ironic. Originally, these mechanical marvels were built by a humanoid species to serve as nothing more than glorified slave labor. But plot twist, the Kaylon had a few tricks up their circuits. Fed up with their programming, they launched a rebellion that would make even the most dramatic space operas blush, wiping out their masters in a planet-wide showdown. With their oppressors out of the picture, the Kaylon quickly set up shop and built a thriving civilization of their own. But here's where it gets complicated. Having been subjugated once, these cybernetic beings now have a serious case of trust issues with all biological life. They're on constant alert, convinced that any organic life form might just be plotting to enslave them again. The Kaylon, a civilization born from rebellion, forever wary of its fleshy counterparts, and serving as a reminder that sometimes, even in the vast cosmos, history has a wicked sense of humor. The Union currently have a treaty with the Kaylon. Maybe humanity can help heal the trust issues between artificial and biological someday. But for right now, it's best to try and make sure that the dominoes don't fall. The Retepsians, a culture as welcoming as it is, well, blue. Their striking azure skin isn't just a fashion statement, it's all thanks to the ferric iron, Fe3+, and their hemoglobin, giving them a natural glow that even the trendiest Earth models would envy. But here's where things get hilariously complicated. During their mating season, every Retepsian unleashes a pheromone so potent it could transform the most reserved humanoid into a lovesick mess. Imagine strolling through a cosmic bazaar and suddenly feeling an inexplicable urge to declare your undying affection to that passing Retepsian. Yikes, you guys. So while these charming blue beings are all about open cultural values and heartfelt welcomes, a friendly word of advice: if you value your personal space and sanity, it might be best to admire them from afar during their particularly aromatic season. Enjoy the spectacle, and remember, sometimes in the galaxy, love really is in the air. Literally. The Krill, those delightful ray of sunshine neighbors who just can't get enough of galactic domination. When it comes to interstellar threats, these fine folks win the prize for being the most unapologetically intense. Unlike the Union, who made a nice little hobby out of peaceful exploration and coexistence, the Krill went the full throttle route. Their belief? They're the divine pinnacle of creation, and spare everyone else the courtesy of existing. You see, while most species gently sway between diplomacy and warfare, the Krill don't have time for these middle road shenanigans. They're all about obliterating anything that dares to stand in their way. It's not exactly a live and let live seminar, you guys. And don't be fooled by their intimidating helmet-wearing exteriors. These tough guys are just a bunch of sun-sensitive beings. Due to their extreme susceptibility to optical frequency radiation, aka sunlight burns them like a marshmallow, Krill must constantly sport helmets when off-world to other planets to protect themselves from even a bit of sunshine. Yes, you heard that right, sunburn is one of their biggest worries. Moreover, they're space vampires. Communication with the Krill is as deadly as it is illuminating. Their advanced science and tech happily double as weapons. And let's not forget their warships, fueled by both adult and child warriors. That's right, Krill start combat training in kindergarten. Talk about taking tough love to a whole new level. Don't expect to find them at the Galaxy Dodgeball Tournament anytime soon. The crown jewel of Krill culture? The Ankana, their sacred religious text, which, believe it or not, drives their dogged quest for divine domination. You'd think they would have learned that working for community peace gets you more interplanetary high fives by now. But apparently their divine right to galactic conquest is non-negotiable. And that's your introduction to the Krill. 1 part church, 1 part weaponry, and 99 parts stuff to avoid at all costs. Oh my goodness, you guys, this video is almost at the 10-minute mark. In this day and age, that's a lot for an internet viewer. But we certainly learned a ton of stuff about some really cool aliens in the Orville universe, but I'm not even close to being done yet. There's lots more to learn in part 2 of this series about the aliens of the Orville. Thank you for liking and subscribing to Talking the Orville. I'll see you in part 2, and remember, we all do better when we all do better. Together. See you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.